Russ?
Rux. Rux.
Rux. Okay. A surname? Changelings, I guess Fae don't have surnames.
Surname is Yosk.
Yas?
Yosk.
Oh, okay.
Yosk.
Rex Yas. Okay. Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Rux. Yeah, again, I just prefer if you
It will
at
be
least I
known.
would say at least because the thing is like for you to broach this subject with Algalon because I think he probably knows more about what you are than I do, but understand you don't want to hesitancy. Do it in your own time, but like deceive everyone forever. Like you said, that I mean your ability to change into pretty much any like bean, is there a size limit? I
I
mean, I assume there's a size limit, right? To how big you can grow?
you know me as an expert in deception. It's not incorrect. I can become anything that I've seen, and if it doesn't have the same limb structure as me, so as a reference, the shamans, the lizard shamans, I morph into one of them, but it has no tail. So I use a minor illusion to make a tail. So the tail's not real. You see, like I wave my arm through it. Like I look like a lizard. Like I'm shorter suddenly. Like I change my clothing to look exactly like it, and it's just missing the tail until I illusion the tail there. Like I can make up for things that are missing, but if you want me to become
I'm going
some
to
monstrous creature,
hold
then no.
on. As he's doing that, I'm going to cast disguise self to look exactly like him in the lizard person form.
Disguise self will not work exactly the same because it only
No, I
applies
know.
to
I just
clothing,
wanna.
armor, and weapons.
So I'm just gonna do that. Yeah. So yeah, I can do that too. I'm just curious how big. Like, can you can't turn yourself into a giant, right? Like, there's got to be a size limit to this ability in some
Um,
respect.
let me. I haven't seen a giant. I don't believe,
If you did, you could. Like, they're like
but
a
I'm
15-foot
checking really
tall.
quick.
A lot of mass, right? That's a huge.
Medium and small. Okay.
Okay.
Um. Well, hypothetically, I could look like a shorter giant. I think because I can change my size between medium and small. So
Okay.
I think I could be a smaller giant, but it would not obviously pack the same much. So
Okay. I mean, that's still useful as hell. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna find some use for you to be able to turn into whatever person you want. It's
I thought about.
only a matter of time.
There's been so many times that I've considered basically showing it. I've taken notes on the fish people, the lizards, um the frog people. Stoutly was a really good character. I could act like one of the church members, like whenever I helped Algalon. We spoke with members of the church. I've heard them talk and I've seen them, so I could blend in with one of them. There's a lot of
You've seen the Swaggin too, right?
um
You were
I
in
don't.
SaltMarsh with us, weren't you? Yeah, you were.
Yes, but I believe the Sahagins are too different of a form for me to
Gonna wait
be.
for 2 seconds to say it and I pop on, yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's a race. If
Translate.
like, I guess that's a
That's a
question
race,
to
right?
Ivan.
Isn't it Ivan? A race?
Hagen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. They're the same like rough size as a human, right? They're not like massive.
They're medium sized.
Yep, I
Good.
can become any medium-sized creature.
Okay.
But I can't. Like I said, I have to
Uh,
see it, and in order for me to copy the voice, I have to hear them. And I haven't really heard the Sahagins, but
Theoretically, you could, if needed, for some reason, hypothetically, you could transform into a Swaggin and just nonchalantly walk about amongst them and listen to them talk, and then pick up
Dark and
the
Darker
voice
extended
that
until
way.
the 26th.
speech
Nice.
I
I'll definitely
I think
probably
I'd
be
be able
able
to
to play
mimic
some
the
of that.
tone, but I wouldn't understand it if they speak a different language. I don't know all languages, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It is a language, isn't it? All right. It's not gonna be useful
Like
though.
there's a lot of benefits to it, but it's kind of hard because I imagine a lot of people don't like change.
So if we're sleeping,
So, I guess just to expedite matters, you guys can
I've got a long
continue
rest.
this discussion as we proceed. But yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, night does pass uneventfully. The next day appears to be pretty much identical to the previous day. Overcast, chilly, but not overly moist, and breeze continues to blow, although it's not quite as strong as it was when you were near the coast.
Okay. On a massively shitty day.
Right. It is somewhat surprising that it hasn't snowed yet. But on the other hand, you haven't really spent any winters here, most of you, if not all of you. So you're not really sure what the winter here is like, especially given all the other weirdness with the flora and fauna. But at any rate, are you continuing?
Go ahead.
Are you continuing to lead the group toward the bridge?
Yes. I don't know if Alglon wanted to observe any sort of rites on Paylor's Day in the morning.
Yes, it is Paylor's Day. And it is also the eve of the winter solstice, surprisingly enough.
Oh, okay.
Gently wake him up. Dear boy, it is his day.
Oh, yes. A good dawn to you.
Good dawn.
Very well. It'll be just a moment, but not too long. And then I'll just do a couple morning prayers.
Okay.
Another way of doing this.
Yeah, you can see the sun obviously during the day, but because of how overcast it is, it appears to be this kind of hazy and fuzzy ball of light. There is a folk belief among your people, which you may take more seriously than some, that on the solstice, the way that the day goes and the way that the sun appears kind of sets the trend for the rest of the year.
Fair enough. Right, then one of the first things I'm going to do for my morning ritual for today is going to be Druidcraft to determine the weather in the area for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, so you did that the previous day because Rob was paying attention to what he usually. But yeah, and whole previous day was basically like this. It was overcast, chilly but not overly cold, and breezy with no precipitation. And this coming day appears to be exactly the same.
Okay. I'll just mutter to myself. Well, the overcast is not a good sign. Hopefully, this dissipates.
The solstice is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for what it's worth. All right. So Ralston, you can roll your survival.
Oh, okay. Eesh.
Because area is not particularly overgrown. It does get more wooded as you proceed, but basically you do find your way to a bridge right around dusk. So
Okay.
I don't think that you will make it to Sanctuary before you have to start rolling for exhaustion, but you'll be close. So you can either take a risk and continue going past the point where it feels comfortable, or you can look to either camp out or seek lodging before that.
You'd have to. There's a tent town outside of Sanctuary, right? Because they wouldn't let us in the city. Well, not all of us in the city proper.
There's a tent town, and I mean, once you cross the river, there are settlements. There are farms along the river with docks. So yeah, at this point, you actually can find a boat if it's something that interests you.
Oh, not at this point. I mean, I don't see any harm in camping out again. We're relatively safe so far. Anyone absolutely want to push to Sanctuary tonight?
I
No, but
prefer.
when we do get to Sanctuary, whenever that is, I'd like to pick up some spell components while we're there.
Sure, it'll be tomorrow morning. We'll just camp here and then we'll be there tomorrow morning. That's okay.
Yes, the longer I wait to go to Sanctuary, the better.
Yes, I think I have to agree. I do not intend to enter that city
Likewise. Unless it is needed, of course.
unless it is needed.
So you're going to camp out after having crossed the river?
Oh, sure. Might as well. Seems like a tad safer, more civil, or more people on the south side of the river.
Okay. Are you trying to make sure that you are away from any settlements, or do you not care from anyone's farm, state?
I mean, yeah, I'd prefer not to. I don't know the laws, like that's trespassing or something. Just I don't know, somewhere out of sight. That's possible.
Okay. And same watches?
Sure.
Yes, and in whatever place we find, I suppose I'll roll bones again to see if we can expect anything.
Where are we at this point?
Just south of
Just
the
outside
river,
of Sanctuary.
Just
across the
south,
river.
like right here.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Of course, I'm casting Goodberry before bed again.
And everybody's topped off right on health. We didn't fight sea giants in the last hour I was gone.
Sadly, no.
Okay.
I know we're fine.
We did appreciate the dark vision and water.
Yes. It's SOP at this point.
Always nice.
All right.
Given we are no longer in the marshlands, I'll go ahead and send Lori back to the ether. I believe we should bring back Euripides. He was quite the nicer individual. And I'll bring back the axe beak before we get some rest.
Okay.
The bones give some auspicious portents. There's a
Meaning?
potential for danger here. Mother, come take a look.
I would. I have something in my eye. I can't really see that well. Give me a
Oh.
moment. Just
Well, this metatarsal from an ass here seems to
the-
be lying crossways. This could could indicate that there could be danger depending on what actions we might take during the night.
I'm sorry. Why are you trusting the word of an ass?
It's the metatarsal, the most the most pretentious of all of its bones.
That does sound the will of an ass. To be quite pretentious. Sorry, where am I looking again? And just leans in again, blankly staring at the bones.
Well, it's you'll just have to. I've been doing this for a long time, you see, and it's neutral. It's a neutral reading. However, there's a potential for danger here. I suppose it depends on what we might encounter and how we handle it. I would say just take caution. Yellow light, as it were.
I see. Very well. I'll have Euripides take a look around. Off you go, boy. Jumps off, helps Algalon off the axe beak and send him off to scout the perimeter.
Okay, you're doing this before settling down?
Uh, she'll go ahead and send him off before she properly sets everything down, yes.
Okay. Any specific orders?
Looking out for anything that might be in the general area, mostly. Just making sure that no harm comes to the current party.
Okay. So Euripides goes off as you set up camp. Are you starting a fire or no?
Would
Well,
you like for me to start a fire?
I mean, do we need one to like? How cold is it gonna get in the night?
It gets down to the mid to high 30s, so cold enough, I guess.
Suppose yeah. Fire.
Okay. So as Euripides goes off, yeah, people start settling down, especially people who aren't on first watch. And kind of, yeah, parking themselves near the fire in order to keep warm. Unrolling their bedrolls to their satisfaction. And around this time, you hear screams off in the distance, in the direction where Euripides went.
Immediately getting the connection, the mental connection, looking through his eyes. And bringing him back, calling him back.
Okay. So you see a person running off in the opposite direction. And then Euripides turns, presumably to head back toward camp, so you don't see the person anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the screaming doesn't continue. There's just the scream. Then, yeah, you see the person running away, and that's pretty much it.
Did I get at least a bit of a detail of who this individual was? Was it human, humanoid?
Does Euripides have dark vision?
No, shoot. I did not. Pick someone who has dark vision. My bad.
As best you can tell, human-sized. Also, apparently wearing some sort of headgear, but hard to make out what exactly in the dark.
Pull him back.
Yeah, he kind of comes jogging along. Not top speed. Just sort of, well, ambling for Euripides. And he kind of stops a short ways away from you, kind of like Roadrunner. Wing.
Reach up, grab him behind the tuft. The dear boy found someone. He came across a particular individual. That was the scream we heard. And I ran off.
What was the individual running from something?
Well, I suppose he ran from Euripides.
Was he running away from us or towards us?
He seemed to be running away, the last connection I had through Euripides' eyes. Seemed that they apparently crossed paths with the dear thing and were startled by him. Although I'm not entirely sure why, he is quite the cute little fellow. Just continues to tend him.
Out of character, are X speaks particularly uncommon?
You have never seen one before Euripides.
I see. Then that makes sense, I suppose.
Why? Are they particularly nastier creatures? I'm not entirely sure why someone would be scared.
Well, if they're uncommon, I suppose maybe it's just an odd sort of fauna. But perhaps they were running from something else, not Euripides.
She's gonna look around, gonna try and get a sense of the air. And I'm gonna take a deep breath in and try and sense any fiend or undead within 60 feet of me. I'm gonna use it twice real quick.
Alright.
There's nothing in the general proximity of the darker nature. Ralston, your senses might be needed currently.
Like, I'll just kind of saunter up. What do you need?
We might have someone on the perimeter. You
Okay.
have particular senses. You're able to sense particular people.
Not a human, no. Not humans.
Is anyone able to track
Perhaps
humans?
somebody could employ some rather mundane senses.
Yeah, I mean, I could try to track them. Oh, you're talking about like non-man? Yeah, I could go see what I can do. Why? What direction was it?
Euripides, back! Gonna send him in the same direction that he saw the person.
With Ralston?
Yeah, he'll bring Ralston on top.
Yeah, I'll hop on. Just go see if I can pick up any footprints quick or something.
I'll
Okay.
go ahead and keep a mental track of where Euripides is, and I'll follow behind. I'll have
Alright.
Ralston head ahead.
So roll survival, Ralston. Once you arrive on the scene. Alright. Of dark vision, correct?
60 feet.
Let me check to see if any of my mounts have dark vision.
Just stands there looking at Ralston.
Okay.
It kind of emits lower frequency meep meep.
What kind of
It probably sounds more like rah, rah.
well, I can't really exactly scratch its chin, can I? Does it have a chin being an axe beak?
No, it has a beak.
Okay. So I'll pat it on the top of the head. And then I'll look off in the direction the footprints going. Like how far or well, I guess I can only see about 60 feet since it's dark.
Yeah. He seemed to go in the direction of a line of trees. As you look at it, it seems to you like kind of a hedge that's commonly used to demarcate territory of a homestead.
Okay. Um how far away is this hedge from me, roughly?
About 100 feet or so.
I'm gonna approach it as stealthily as possible. While following the footprints.
Roll
You
stealth.
jump
it's-
off Euripides?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Euripides is big enough for you to ride.
Okay, I mean if he's
small.
not.
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, then Mother will be going alongside him
Okay.
on the back of Euripides, and I'll go ahead with. Actually, I'll hold back and let Euripides go with him. I am not stealthy by any means.
Okay. So you're not even trying?
Oh, keep
He's
the
gonna
if
hold
you're
back.
here. Yeah, just let me go. I mean is it dark enough out, Ivan, that without light I can reliably expect to be fairly invisible? Like if I don't make any noise.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a kind of hazy moon out, so it's not
100%.
completely dark, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean anyone without dark vision or without a light source would probably not be able to see you.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll as stealthy as possible just approach the hedges.
Okay.
And just
Euripides will keep maybe 10 feet away from Mother.
when I get close, like really try to listen to see if I can hear anything. Like maybe get like a perception check or something. If you let me do that.
Sure. So Euripides is following Ralston, or Euripides
no.
is staying put?
No,
Yeah, stay put.
Euripides is going to come around maybe 10 feet away from Mother, so he's within running distance of her. But she will keep a close eye out, given that she has dog vision.
So is Mother following Ralston?
No, she's staking.
Just
So
go alone.
you're staying at the place where he was investigating the footprints.
Yes.
Okay. On this side of the hedgerow. Gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
So roll stealth, Ralston.
18. You want another stealth roll?
Oh, I didn't see that. So you approach the hedge, and it's actually a rather thick hedge. It's probably 30 feet wide or so. But once you clear it, you see kind of a hillock up ahead, and there seems to be some sort of homestead or farmhouse up on top. You see signs of wooden fences or corrals. I mean, nothing that would present any problems for you. They look like they're probably there for livestock.
Okay. Okay. But there's no one, at least I noticed in my immediate area, like rustling around in the hedges or anything, trying to be sneaky.
No, but you can roll perception.
Oh yeah, I'll give it a shot. While I'm here, might as well.
There do seem to be lights up at the structure that's on top of the hill, coming through the windows.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that seems fairly normal. Yeah, I'll head back to Mother.
Okay.
I
Anything of
approach.
note, dear boy?
I'm assuming it was someone from the homestead. There's a homestead over there. Lights are on. Euripides probably just freaked him out. Is anything to worry about?
Very well. So do you think it's best if we move on, or do you think they will be fine with us staying here the night?
I mean, I'm guessing those hedges that I went around are their property line, so I don't see why they would care why we're over here. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I don't think we need to move.
You are.
We'll of course keep watch, but yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. We'll start heading back to the camp.
Okay. And once you get back, you're just gonna set up for the night.
Yeah, unless
Yeah.
someone else has something they want to do for bed.
Yes, but what was the woman running from?
I'm guessing the Axebeak, Euripides. I don't know. Like I didn't come into contact with anyone. That's where the footprints led up toward that homestead. What they were doing over here, I don't know.
Okay. If it's good enough for you guys, it's good enough for me. Let's sleep.
All right.
Amen to that.
Nap time. Woo!
Um. Gotcha. Let's see what we can come up with here.
You guys hear dice rolling? I can hear dice rolling.
Uh, what do you do when you're on watch, Mother?
He's probably taking a look through her books at first, and trying to see if there's any changes to the pages on this particular day. She'll occasionally look up to check around, make sure that everyone is here, make sure everyone's accounted for before returning to her books, trying to see if there's any change to the blank pages. She is quiet, reading.
Don't appear to be. All right.
Signs, seeking signs. Pages are empty, yet their fates run sealed.
All right. All of a sudden, you hear on your watch Euripides emit loud honking sound, or squawking, really.
But now is not the time. They are sleeping in liberties.
Yeah, everyone can roll perception, but as you do,
Hey, been feeling it.
what's his AC?
Euripides?
Yeah.
His AC is 11.
Okay.
Oh
That's
shit.
Won't be good enough. Ooh. He squawks as something appears to crash into him, and he feels a stinging pain.
Okay.
Of damage.
How many points?
6.
6. Okay.
Hold on 1 second. His natural instincts. Sorry, that's 5, not 6.
5, got it.
Natural instincts allow him to lash out and try to grab at whatever it is that's crashing into him or swirling about him, if he wants.
Oh, he will.
Okay, you are
He-
because he can't see.
disadvantage. Okay. Euripides will bite out toward him. With disadvantage will still be a 14.
14 is good enough. Roll your damage.
9 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Well, you will be able to see what it is once it's your turn. Everyone who... Oh, you should roll for Drazer as well.
Well,
Perception.
perception check. Oh, might be okay here. 8. Never mind.
Everyone except people who rolled a 1, i.e. Ruin, are waking up in response to the loud honking. So you can roll initiative. And as you feel around, you see what appears to be a Batwing hanging out of Euripides' beak that he's like very quickly positioning back inside his beak so as to swallow it.
Huh, okay.
Eat, dear boy. Take your fill.
Aid. You also see some dark shapes flitting about overhead.
More of these flippers.
Yeah. All right. Ruin is still asleep. We will start with Ralston, as usual.
Okay. Like getting up and looking around camp, does it to me does it appear like everyone's getting up? Like where's Ruin laying in relation to me? Be just like on the other side of the campfire?
Yeah, he's probably close to the campfire, trying to keep warm. Probably being the least experienced wilderness survival guy of pretty much all of you.
Okay. And then seeing these shapes flitting around above me, like how close are those? Like can I make out what they are?
Yeah, you've seen these before.
Okay.
And at this point, yeah, you hear the high-pitched whine as they glide about at like one of them has attached itself to the axe beak. One of them is in the process of being swallowed, and one of them is kind of flying about its head. But you can see that there are others who are taking off trees and like
Shit.
gliding about
Okay.
in the morning twilight.
Okay. I mean, like assuming I'm close enough to Ruin, I'm gonna kind of walk over by him and kick him in the leg. And yell, Ruin, get up! And then I am going to. Am I within range of Euripides right now?
Within range of shooting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm. So the first thing I'm gonna do is try to shoot the one that's latched onto Euripides.
You can do that, but um, that could lead to consequences.
Yeah, I mean, we got a good track record firing around these summons, so I figured I'd try.
Yeah, but I mean, this is different. This isn't like firing through an
Okay.
imposing person. I mean, like it's attached to him, so chances of hitting this small thing other than him are
Okay.
quite remote. I
Okay.
mean, it's entirely possible that like you could skewer this thing and not kill Euripides, but it would definitely go almost definitely go through him.
Can I wake up?
You can, but I mean, you're not gonna act this round. Well, uh, roll Constitution. What the hell? Yeah, you are waking up,
Hey.
but you're
Wow.
not acting this round.
So instead, I'm gonna just look over to Mother and say, "There's something latched onto your axe beak," and then I will just kind of look up and just shoot at the closest one to me. I guess we'll start from there.
You can shoot at the one that's kind of gliding about Euripides. That's not attached. And that would be a disadvantage, but normal disadvantage. In other
Is there
words, it's
are
a
there
straight.
others that I can just shoot at normally, like without disadvantage? I'm saying there's a bunch of them now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just shoot at whichever one is closest to me that I can get a clean shot at.
Okay. All right. So you take one down.
Okay. I mean, just roughly, and I mean, don't give me an exact. Like, how many like do I think there are? Like, is there like 10, more than 10, 15?
No, you think it's half a dozen ish. I mean, that's
Oh,
also,
okay.
I guess, the number that you have seen usually. I mean, you don't see like huge swarms of them, as far as you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then I'll just take aim and shoot at the next one, assuming I can get a clean shot.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. So yeah, you take out two of them.
Okay. Then I guess
Good
we
shots.
we'll go on to the next. Um, this is my dread ambusher shot. Jesus Christ. I've been rolling so good in this
Heck
game.
yeah.
It's insane. This game, Ivan's game, I'm rolling so good on attack lately.
You have to roll
All
well
right.
on one of the games, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you just like pepper these things.
Third one die.
Yeah.
Two. One. Okay. All right.
Shots.
What do I want to actually attack my bonus action or do something else? I don't think there's much I can do to help Euripides currently.
Got that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I guess I'll just bonus action. My last attack just at the another one that I have a clear shot at.
Okay.
You know what? I'll shoot. You say I could get disadvantage of the one fluttering around Euripides?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Oh yeah, man.
All right. So yeah, there's like a bunch of gliders. As far as you can tell, you have brought down all of them.
Okay. Not a couple notches for the crossbow. That's I guess I'll just kind of hang out by Ruin and make sure make sure he's getting up. That'll be my turn.
All right.
What's
Uh,
going on? What's happening?
Bats. Dangerous bats. Get up.
Ooh, having such a pleasant
Blazer?
dream.
Drazer is gonna bonus action rage and turn into a bear.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's an appropriate response for him.
Yes, it is.
Are you taking an action? You actually,
That would technically be both bonus action and action to
oh,
turn into
gotcha.
the bear as long as well as rage.
Okay.
He will, however, move up in his bear form, right up as close to Euripides as he can to get right into the fray.
All right. So, one will swoop down. This one will swoop down at Drazer because he's biggest thing there, other than Euripides.
Mm.
In fact, he's even bigger than Euripides.
Yes,
That is going to miss. One was brought down. So there's really only just that one. Other than that, Euripides does experience some blood loss from the one that's attached. So that's another 5 damage to Euripides.
Alright.
And that brings up Baron. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I'm going to launch an Eldritch Blast at the one that is attacking my closest teammate.
Attacking. Say that again?
The one that attacking like whatever teammate is closest to me, because that's probably the one I'd find most in danger.
So yeah, as far as you can tell, actually, can you see in the dark?
No. Also another reason why I'm going for the closest to me, hoping that maybe I can actually see it.
You see, yeah, you see Ralston taking pot shots, and you see Drazer and the Axebeak beset by something that you can't see. So you're really not entirely sure what to aim at.
How far am I away from the Axebeak?
I mean, you were like sleeping in fairly close proximity, so I'll say 20 feet.
Can I try moving 10 feet toward it and see if maybe I can see what's attacking it? Or what it is attacking?
Yeah, roll perception. I guess there is a fire. You're not entirely sure what's attacking him, but you do see a trickle of blood running down his neck.
For a free action, can I call out what's attacking us? I can't see.
Yeah. Everyone seems.
It seems like no one's answered that. So I guess I will hold my action of Eldritch Blasting some type of hostile thing that is attacking somebody once I can see it.
Okay. Mother. And Euripides acts on your turn? Oh, wait.
Yes, he does.
Actually, yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, it is both of your turns.
So the one is there one still attached to Euripides?
Yes.
There is? Okay. Free action. Mother is gonna bring down the shield holding the lance in two hands, given the fact that she's not currently mounted. And I am going to stab forward with the lance at that one currently on Euripides.
Okay.
Alright. That is going to be an 8 to hit.
Yeah. Roll an attack on Euripides.
No, not one. Alright. Roll low, damn it. Damn it. Okay. Shoot. Luckily not dueling style, so that's 6.
No, it's not dueling style, luckily.
Okay. That hurt him. I'm sorry, dear boy. Stop moving around so much. I'm gonna try again. Try and get him this time. $16. A 16 hit this one.
Yeah.
So
So that's 6 piercing.
6 piercing. Yeah.
You do skewer it, but Euripides takes half of that damage as well.
So another 3. Okay. He's hurting.
Hmm.
All right. And using the last of my movement, I'm going to mount Euripides, and he now gets the benefit of the mounted combatant.
Okay.
And that will be my turn. He will go ahead and munch down on the one that he's got in his beak, however.
Yep. Disappears down his gullet and into his gizzard.
Is that his action, or?
No, he can take an action.
All right. Is there another one around him that you could try and snack on?
There's one that's well, he can roll perception for what it's worth. There's one that's harrying Drazer.
17.
But yeah, because of the firelight, you are able to make it out.
He'll go ahead and try and bite for that one too. Natural 20. So that'll be a 14 points of slashing damage on that one.
You just like swat it out of the air, and yeah, you don't even see like any wings or hear any crunching. It's just swallowed on impact.
Oh boy, this one's hungry tonight. Just going full roadie on the back of the axe beak.
So, at the end of round, you don't. Well, I guess that actually is Algalon's turn. So we'll finish off the round. What are you doing, Algalon?
I'll get up and look around, see what is going on. Do I see anything?
Apparently not. You you see, yeah, Drazer swatting at something. You see, Euripides munching on something. You saw a whole mess of bolts emanate from Ralston's crossbow. But at this point, it doesn't seem like anything is happening.
All right. Then I will, just in case, hold a produce flame until I see something that would be aggressive towards us.
Okay. So yeah, as the first round comes to an end, it doesn't seem like there are any other aggressors in the area. Those of you with good peripheral vision, good passive perception, don't see any gliding or flitting about.
I didn't see anything in the first place.
There's just a couple of them. They had dinner now.
I appreciate the wake-up call, but it appears it wasn't needed.
Only was the dinner bell, but for the wrong ones. Just continues to scratch. Euripides on the head as he's eating.
Understandable.
Watch, was this when this happened?
This was Mother's Watch, i.e., Toward the end of the night, yes.
Okay.
It was right around the beginning of your watch, though. So, yeah, Ruin had just gone to bed, and yeah, that's probably why he was so tired and had such difficulty getting up.
Makes sense.
So, all right.
Come on.
Are you settling back down?
Uh,
Or
I'll go ahead and pump some healing into Euripides if we're settling back down.
okay?
Belly back down.
Yeah, let's throw.
Mother, would you like some assistance?
Ah, I would not say no to a little assistance. I can probably carry the rest of the way.
How bad is he?
Just looks over. He's pretty rough. The celestial form is not entirely there anymore. Almost like he's blinking in and out.
All right, then I'll go ahead and wild shape into my chalice form. And let's give him a level 2 cure wounds.
Okay.
16 plus another 8, so 24
I'll
total.
do it. He doesn't have that much health, given that he's just in the base form.
I've never attempted that on a creature such as this. So forgive me if I overdid it. I'll try not to use too much of my abilities again.
She'll look over at him. He just looks back, gives a slight nod to your words. He says everything is fine, dear.
Very well. Shall we rest? Or whatever remains of it.
Well, I do believe that he needs to settle after his meal, so I do have to agree. I'll go ahead and tend to the rest of the hours. Get your rest.
I'll try and finish the sleep.
All right. Yeah, it might take a little bit longer than it otherwise would have, but the rest of what's left of the night goes by uneventfully, and you then wake on what is now, in fact, the winter solstice.
You know what I'm gonna do.
Sit on the back of Euripides with me.
No, as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna druidcraft to see what the weather's gonna be like for the next 24 hours.
Ah,
So as you do it, you actually look up. The fog and haze seems to have cleared. The sun is low on the horizon because it's morning and because it's the shortest day of the year, but there are no clouds in the sky at all, and your druidcraft reveals that it's going to be a completely clear and sunny day.
Algalon just smiles, closes his eyes for a minute as he feels the new day sun upon him, and hopes that the fair weather continues in all aspects of the day.
Yeah, can you roll insight for me?
I absolutely can. 13.
All right.
I'm actually good at insight. I haven't rolled a single good insight this entire campaign.
Well, that one's not great either.
Nope.
But,
above average. I'll take it.
yeah.
I'll say it's better than his average.
Like I have -3 charisma, and I'll roll 15s and 18s on charismas all the time. But something I'm good at.
Given the new day, I believe we are passing the sanctuary. We're not actually entering, correct?
I just want to stop in to grab some charcoal and incense. But they don't know me there. I can just. We've done this before.
Yeah, I
That
believe
shouldn't be
you
an
went
issue.
one before. So yeah, if you want to go by sanctuary, don't actually even have to roll survival, at least not for starters, because there is an easy road to follow to town. Whoever wants to go into town can do so. You will have to pay 1 silver shilling in order to enter.
I wonder if I could borrow a bit of money from the party's reserves, if there are any.
Drazer
much
has
do you
that
need?
information.
How much do you need?
Well,
Gold wise?
I don't know, 50 gold?
What?
Razor just looks at you. What do you got?
I have 10.
No, no, no. I'm not talking gold. Like, what do you have on you?
What you mean you want me to pay to access party funds as a party
Yes.
member? I see.
How much do you need?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. So you need like 40 gold essentially for.
Yeah, I just want to buy spell components.
Okay.
I'll offer up 10 of my own personal gold since Kind Wizard was nice enough to buy me my pouch last time we were here.
Oh, that's quite nice of you. Thank you.
I'll give you what do I have here? Yeah, I'll give you 30 gold worth of shells, strings of shells.
Okay, thank you. That's plenty enough, I'm sure.
Ralston, are
Yes.
you going in to the town?
I wasn't planning on it. Why do you need something? I can
No.
go in if you need something.
And I'll reach in. I'll take out of my bags my old leather armor that I was wearing. With the armor that you gave me, I don't need this anymore. So if somebody can find a use for it or trade or barter, they by all means can have it.
I mean, I could sell it when I go in and buy what I need to buy.
Algalon narrows his eyes at you for a minute.
I'm gonna take a couple minutes.
Sure.
You can continue discussing what you're discussing, but I'll be back in like 4 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
I have no desire for material gain. I only desire to be able to cast my spells.
Oh, I have
wouldn't
no
try to
issue with
swindle
you trying to
or
swindle me.
anything.
It's the fact that I just don't like humans.
Well, that's
He doesn't.
lovely.
Peach, isn't he?
Very well. And I'll give you the leather armor.
Okay.
Just basic leather armor. And I'm going to go AFK as well.
Okay.
Did he say when we're coming back?
You said a couple
4
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
All right. I'm gonna pee and grab a drink.
The note, Mother has no gold whatsoever. So
Pretty
she'd be
flush.
unable to help with that.
Like 750 worth of strings of shells.
That's your money, not my money. think Drazer would be interested in taking a look around, however.
Even would they let Drazer in?
That's a good question.
I guess he got along fine in SaltMarsh, but they're not near as bad in SaltMarsh as they are in Sanctuary.
The thing is, I think Drazer would go in there just to see if there's anything powerful or anything that they might be stalking in there.
Or maybe.
I mean, anything to help him survive curses.
Yeah.
Given the fact that he knows full well he's got spellcasters in his group now, I think he'd want some sort of protection.
Sure.
I think the only thing that I'm not wanting to do in particular is spend his personal money. And I don't know what's in the bag of holding, so not entirely sure what's
a
in
bunch
there.
of shit. There's a bunch of
There's
shit.
a lot of stuff. Money wise and item wise, I think. I think that's his personal document.
Baron finally spilled the beans.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Algalon doesn't know. Barkley sure as heck knows.
Practice notes is before I even was in the game.
Yes. Barkley's definitely known since before you were in the game. It's funny because we've had a shifter before. A changeling, I mean.
Now I just have to not get
Whoa.
eaten by a cannibal. And or shunned for eternity by alcohol.
Which I'm actually surprised that Ralston didn't bring it up. But maybe Ralston forgot.
Bring what up?
That we've had a changeling before.
Oh. Yeah, no, I completely forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, Solus was a
Yeah, no, I know.
changeling.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
No.
Why do you think I picked the one day where Drazer himself isn't here? Just spill some of the beans.
Control his character. Do you make him just accept it?
No.
No, there's no way.
He's
could do
off
something
paying
like
attention to a butterfly or something as it's being discussed.
Oh no, the only sign that Varen showed his true form was when Drazer was asleep. And I will act appropriately should you decide to do something in front of Drazer.
Yep, likewise.
You can't. The thing is, you can't possibly know how Drazer would react. That's the whole.
You know, I got this great spell called
Crazy.
Moonbeam. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a fantastic spell.
Yes.
It's a good
Mother
spell.
is well prepared.
For those who don't know, Moonbeam does 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save and half as much as a successful one. Anyway, a shape changer makes the saving throw with disadvantage, and if it fails, it instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
Moonbeam has a neat little secondary feature most people don't know about.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
oddly
Mother
specific.
has Moonbeam for that exact same reason.
Yep. Like,
She
Why
is
do you all hate me?
No.
I'm a shape changer. I have to be prepared against other shape changers. So
I would also like to say, Baron, I've actually been keeping back from using one of my particular abilities due to the fact it does actually affect you.
yeah, no, like if Drazer ever gets out of hand, I can handle him.
Oh yeah, we can handle Drazer.
Yeah, we can handle Drazer.
What
Physically,
if I
not so
seduce you
much.
then? Good luck with that, Chief.
Seducing who?
Everyone.
Yeah, good luck.
I can be your best your fantasy.
Uh-huh. You really want to know Elgalon's fantasy?
Not really. Probably boring in a library with books and no other people.
You want to test the waters to see what happens if Drazer successfully beats that?
What the hell did I just walk in on?
That's a good question.
Nothing, DM. Welcome back.
We were talking about next week's battle royale between the entire party.
If I could just gain one level, I'll have a certain spell that solves every problem.
Wow.
I'm guessing polymorph.
Fireball.
Fireball doesn't solve every problem. That's the most
That is the
vanilla
problem.
Ugg boot
It's a
wearing, Starbucks drinking college girl I've ever heard.
Wow.
Just like
From
Bard
Miko's
sedu-
experience, it doesn't solve very many problems.
just like Bard seducing everybody. Anyway.
You know what's also a counter to Fireball? A Misty Step and a stab in the gut.
Or a lot of trees.
And a lot of trees.
Yeah.
Right. So, who is going into town?
I think just
Just
me.
ruin.
Okay.
Drazer will approach the gate, but if they turn him away, he'll return to the others. Otherwise, he'll go in.
I'll wait with the majority of the party.
Drazer. Yeah, when Drazer approaches, they stiffen up, and you hear crossbows being cocked. Yeah, a voice from the guard tower calls down. State your business. What are you doing in Sanctuary?
I
Are
assume
they
they're talking to
directing
Drazer
that
and not talking to
to-
me. I'm not
Yeah.
with him.
Did you go in before or after you showed up?
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I suppose we were walking together, and then when I saw them notice him, I walked apart. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they well, one of them calls down, you, the big one.
I'm his security detail.
Who, me?
Wait, I thought
Yes,
Drazer
I'm
wasn't in this
talking-
game.
I've never seen this guy in my life.
But there is no war in Sanctuary. We all know this.
He says he doesn't know you. Why don't you step away from the gate?
Drazer's gonna look over and remember this. Starts making its way back.
All right.
So we'll remember this.
Ruin.
Yeah,
You
I'm
are
simply.
charged 1 shilling to enter town.
Okay. I shall
Yeah.
take my borrowed funds and the funds I already had and simply go and buy some incense and charcoal worth 50 gold pieces.
Okay. That doesn't present any particular problems. Is there anything else that you want to do in town?
Yes, I would like to try and sell this mundane leather armor.
All right. Where are you trying to sell it, or to whom?
Anywhere that looks like they sell or procure armor.
Okay. Roll. Roll wisdom. Well, ah. All right. So yeah, you locate a leather worker's shop um, fairly quickly after buying your charcoal.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. I'm simply looking to sell this fine bit of leather armor at an agreeable price.
Looks it over. Is there anything wrong with it?
No, not even barely lightly used.
Gently used.
Indeed. I mean, you can see it's a quality work. Nothing special, nothing untoward.
Roll persuasion.
I will say, Ivan, it does have a engraving of a leaf on it, since it's mine.
There's
The
this fine
leaf?
filigree here on the bottom side, as you can see. Is this, maybe
A
a
leaf?
maker's mark?
The leaf.
It's not the frond, but it is something from my tribe.
Oh, okay. In that case, is it halfling sized?
Yeah.
Says this is pretty small.
Hmm. I found it in my travels. I wouldn't know anything about it. It looked well made, and I thought perhaps I could get a small bit of coin for it.
He kind of like looks it over and presses on the well, sternum and other strategic locations with his thumb, and he says, kind of nods, and he says, "It is well made, but it's uh, it's a child size."
Hmm. Or a particularly petite woman, perhaps.
Very petite.
And short.
Certainly, you could use the quality materials for scrap, I'm sure.
It's worked leather.
Says, "Wow, this is too good to be used for scrap. That would be a shame."
Well, I appreciate your candidness. Just a fair offer is all I'm looking for.
Says, "Well, I do like the quality. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 8 pounds for it."
That's fair.
Is that an equivalent money amount? I don't know what
So
8 pounds means in this world,
means
but I'm
eight
sure
gold.
my character does.
Means 8 gold.
Okay, that sounds fair. I have no idea if that's fair or not.
Okay. So he
Yeah,
counts.
because essentially, like, it's child-size armor, right? Basically.
Even the axe beak knows.
Right, I saw that.
Even the bird brain knows.
All right. So yeah, he counts out 8 gold coins and gives them to you.
Thank you, sir. And then I'll just leave.
All right. Exiting the town.
There was, and when I reapproached the party, I apologize, Drazer. It's just I had quick business to get to and didn't want to cause a stir. There was no offense intended.
Drazer can say. Drazer wants to say in response. But yeah, probably had walked back to where the group is waiting. So yeah, you find your way back there as well.
I thank you all, fellows, for the generous donation of gold towards being able to get my owl back. And I was able to procure about 8 gold pieces for this armor. It may have been more since it's such quality armor. Unfortunately, there was the issue that it probably wouldn't fit any adventuring types who come through here. So 8 gold was the best I could negotiate, unfortunately.
Is that to say I am not an adventuring type that travels through here?
It's to say that this is a human settlement, and they don't normally have doings with the smaller folk. But
they have children.
it was beautifully made, and he did concede that, and he gave quite heavy compliments to whatever the maker's mark was. 8 gold was what I could procure.
Oh, I have no need for money. You can give it to Drazer.
Okay, I'll give it to Drazer then. That's all. We can be on our way and get away from this place.
Right. So are you gonna continue along the road? The road does go straight to Tribor from here.
Do we actually want to go and try or not really? Right?
Where are we planning on going? Because we can't stay here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess follow the road and just cut. Do you want to go cross country to Shining?
If that is what you wish.
Sure, I guess let's do it.
All right. In that case, you can roll survival.
Going across country will mean we're going through that forest that we had to deal with before. The ones with the goblins on the backs of wolves.
That's true. I mean, should we? I mean, it's not bad to go through Tribor. We could just follow the road. It probably take the same amount of time because we're on a road, right?
Up to you.
Well, that depends. We could be meeting other things on the road that could not be monsters.
Yeah. Assume it's safer. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't know if I can do it while walking, but at the earliest possible moment, I will resummon my owl.
How long does it take to?
An hour. Ritual.
You can do it during your midday short rest.
Sure.
All right. That is what you do. So you're sticking to the road, or are you going cross country?
Stick to the road for now. Yeah.
Okay. Until the end of the day.
Oh,
All right. So when dusk falls on solstice, are you camping off the road some ways, or
Yeah.
okay?
Since I was riding was I riding on Euripides? No, that can only hold one person, Mother, right?
I thought it
Well,
could hold both of us.
I thought you were both on Ruby.
can probably hold both of you, yes.
Would I be able to get reading done during that or no?
Roll. Roll wisdom first.
18.
And now Constitution.
Less good at 12.
I figured. What are you reading?
The second Frond book, The Frond by Veritas Greenleaf. That one was from the Alchemist Mansion.
What's the first Frond book?
That was the one that we found in the Elf Ruin Cave west of Phandalin. Just before the Banshee. I think it was a Banshee.
Yes, it was. At least that's what you keep detailing.
No. So, yeah, you're able to make your way through the introduction. Roll intelligence.
All right. That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's par for the course without going.
So, seems to be a story of certain virtuous Greenleaf. It's not a very good story, actually. It seems like it's replete with all kinds of boring details. Like where the sun was when he was born, and where his house stood in the town, precise age that he was when he first started his schooling, and that's pretty much what you're able to make your way through, given the fact that you're like bouncing up and down on the axe beak.
Mm-hmm. Using the street lights to play my Game Boy. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
You're gonna get motion sick. Be careful.
I never got motion sick. Yeah, that was always good.
See, I would never.
Is he going too quickly?
No, this is fine. Appreciate the ride.
All right.
Oh boy, it looks really comfortable up there on that. No, just keep riding. Don't stop. 65-year-old man, no big deal.
Right.
I,
65
I have no idea what you're talking about. This is completely
Nothing.
fine, just bouncing up and down on top.
Mother, you're gonna hurt your back. Are you sure?
He's going slower than his usual speed. This is actually rather slow for him.
How much would a horse cost, Ivan?
Guard pulls you over for riding and reading. Lets you off with a warning.
Because it's only a child. Yeah.
No.
Fair enough.
Euripides can go 50 feet. So he is going reasonably slow for now.
All right. So, you set up your camp a little ways off the road.
Yes.
This night, perhaps because you're back in civilization and a short ways from the high road, goes by uneventfully.
So a very uneventful day, huh?
More or less, aside from Ruin's trip into Sanctuary.
True.
Well, and your early encounter with
Mm-hmm.
the bat mosquitoes.
Yeah, whenever I have time, I'll just try and see if I can glean any more out of the book, get some more reading done. Even if it is boring, it might put me to sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it does. Yeah, before you go to sleep, you read about this guy's childhood, Tertius Greenleaf, and how he used to go around and collect acorns and plant them in hopes that they would grow up into bigger trees. And at one point, the story seems like it's starting to get interesting. Like he encounters this curious old man on a walk in the woods. But at that point, you really just can't keep your eyes open anymore. Yeah, the man starts asking him questions about his life and his family. They're like, well, this is interesting, but like, I'll get to that, one of these days when I can actually stay awake.
Right. All right.
I'll see Algalon's starting to drift off and take some of the looser reins, wrap them around his back so he's more secure behind her, and we'll continue along.
Okay. So yeah, nothing untoward happens during the night.
So where exactly did we find those land sharks you keep talking about?
The land sharks. That would be west.
West, and we're
Yes.
heading
South.
south.
Yes.
You think that we might come across a few?
I have not yet on the trek down this way, but perhaps I would very much like to see one as well.
See or encounter?
What the land shark does after I see them is their own decision, not mine.
Fair enough.
But if I remember correctly, it should be west of Phandalin.
Should we be avoiding them?
I hear that they are very dangerous. And so probably not.
I have a feeling that Euripides is not going to be the best option for the upcoming journey. Perhaps someone a little more agile.
And what did you have in mind?
Hmm.
Not a horse, I would imagine.
Well, I could bring back Archimedes. He seems to have tempered down after a little ill-pointed aim. Says to no one in particular. Horatio might also be mildly interested in taking a journey again, although Laurie would be suitable given her ability to see in the dark.
All fine options.
Yes. Perhaps a little time with Lori is needed. Go ahead and cast second level spell. Find Steed, bow as Euripides fades, and I will bring back Lori. This time in her Fey form.
Okay.
Give it a little bit of feeding. Take some rations away, and that should be it.
All right. So, what do you do once you awaken in the morning?
Ooh. No encounters during the night. Fantastic.
Right.
The south.
Yeah, probably eat some breakfast, give my thanks to the sun, and then be ready to head out.
All right. So you're following the road?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So you think by the time that the sun begins to set, that if you press on, you should be able to reach Tribor before it becomes completely dark.
I can get behind that.
Could I possibly make some of the travel a bit easier for some of the folk by using Lori? Given that she's faster.
She's faster, but is she gonna leave those who are not riding her in the dark in the dust?
Is Tribor a mile out?
Well, I guess the question is, do you want to try to get them into Tribor for everyone else?
Does anyone have something that they wish to figure out in Tribal? If so, I can give you an easy head start. Or I could go myself, although I'm not entirely the most perceptive.
No, I don't believe so.
I think we're fine. We can just walk into Tribor.
I mean, technically, you would be coming with me too, Algalon just looks over her shoulder.
Yes. Of course.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
So you're gonna race the two littles to the gate?
I can, unless we want to stick as a group right now, unless we want to scout out ahead.
I think it should be fine. No reason to
Alright.
scout out ahead, to my knowledge, but what do I know?
Maybe it's been a while since we've been here, and we heard that. Yeah, maybe just go and make sure everything looks normal.
It's been roughly, well, it's been less than an Ennead. Close.
Mm-hmm.
A lot can change in an Ennead.
True.
Less than. Yes. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Just want to make sure like there's guards at the gate, whatever. Like everything looks normal.
Okay.
I know.
Race Ori with
Yes.
yourself and Algalon astride.
Laurie,
Okay.
let us make haste.
All right. Ori makes tracks and
Algon holds on as tight as he can.
okay. You approach gate. The gate is still open, but it looks like people are beginning to close it as you approach.
I'm gonna slow Lori down maybe 300 or so feet out. Just look over her shoulder at Algalon. Do we approach?
Yes,
Very well. Gonna keep moving up.
but you talk. I'm terrible with people.
You're terrible with people. I'm terrible with people.
Right, but you have a commanding voice that people respond to. I just
Um, but yeah, as you approach, initially, the figures that are closing the gate kind of shout toward you. Better hurry, gate's closing.
tell them we have
Okay.
more. If they can hold
We
it.
have more coming. Hold. Hold. And just gonna have Lori just dash forwards, try and get closer.
Okay. So they leave the gate slightly ajar as you approach, and
Get through
a
mud
couple of
flying.
them, a couple of them walk out, and they motion toward your mount, and they say, "What the hell is that?"
This is Lori. She is quite a delightful dear.
Where did you
Do any of
find?
these guards look familiar since the last time I was here?
Roll perception.
Okay.
Yes, when you go into the woods and you don't hunt the deer to extinction, they grow kind of large.
9?
Humans do all look kind of similar. They all
They
seem to
really
have.
do.
They all seem to have goatees.
Hmm.
That's pretty standard for humans, yes.
Well, this one was just walking around. I gave it some food, tamed it, and made sure it was well tended to. Isn't that right, dear? Just again giving a scratch behind the tufts.
Doesn't that make
to his
you
belly.
smell for days after sitting on it?
No. I'm more than suited to riding larger beings.
Are you trying to ask them out on a date, Mother?
What? No, that wasn't intended.
Oh,
Why should I?
no, I just heard. Never mind.
Just gonna blink slightly, look back to them.
Said that there are others coming.
Yes, we have others on the way. Our companions. Just another 4 or so. If you do not mind, there'll just be another few minutes.
So see the two people closing the gate kind of confer with one another in hushed tones, and they'll say, "If we keep the gate open past dusk, we can get in trouble. So, we could have our pay docked. I mean, it might cost as much as £1."
Can I do an insight check, please?
Sure.
Just trying to see if these guys are just trying to make an easy buck here.
You don't have to roll an inside check. They are.
Yeah.
This is for my own personal thing. That would be another 9.
Humans are kind of inscrutable. Their motives are really shrouded in mystery.
That doesn't seem very fair. You should bring that up to whoever's in charge of the person in charge of who's in charge of you.
Well,
A lot of
yeah,
people who
but
are in charge.
you know, It's very hard to argue with people who are in charge. Do you want us to keep the gate open or no?
Oh, very much, yes.
Yes, please.
All right. Let's see that 1 pound.
The
Mother
one,
looks over at Alkalon.
the one that you're getting paid for. I don't. I look over at Mother. I don't understand.
I believe he is saying that in case he gets in trouble, he needs compensation for him and his companions.
But then if he doesn't get in trouble and we give him compensation, then we would pay him for nothing?
Well, I'd say simply for his time.
Oh, do you need me to pay? I don't understand what's going on here.
Yes, I think that would be best, given the fact I have nothing.
One of them looks at the other one. He proceeds to begin to push the gate shut.
I have 1 gold and 9 silver, so I will hand you my 1 gold.
If you are needing someone to keep an eye on the gate, we are willing to do so until our friends arrive here. I can assure you we can take care of any foes that come nearby or any threats that do threaten your walls.
I jabbed the 1 gold in your rib, Mother.
She'll take it and just hold it for now.
Okay.
Not giving it to him?
Not yet. I'm just seeing if the offer of guarding the door for them actually works or not.
Yes, we are very strong.
So he continues to push the gate shut.
He'll hand over the gold.
Okay. Takes it, buckets it, and he says, "Your friends better be here in 10 heaps. That thing is not coming in."
Who?
Lori.
Lori? What's wrong with Lori?
Lori is a dangerous beast. Smells and would freak out residents.
Just gonna look over at Lori. Don't believe anything he says, dear. You're gorgeous. Just gonna go over, give a slight bow, and I'll let Lori fade away into the ether for the time being.
Yes, and I'm sure she has a better scent than... I mean, we'll wait.
Says, you people, your tricks.
What are you talking about? She just disappears. She has the ability to turn invisible. It's the way that she's able to go out and ensure her hunting is fine.
Don't want to hear anything about any hunting.
Oh, don't worry. She doesn't
Well,
eat your folk.
all right. So, yeah, just before the stipulated time appears to expire, the rest of the group shows up and, while minding the gate, just kind of like motion with their hands for you to make haste.
Just gonna jab Algalon in the side real quick. Just give him a wink. They're closing the door in 20 seconds! 19! And I'm just gonna try and make it as quickly as possible to kind of make them panic a little.
Oh, no, they said they would leave it open for us. You're fine. Just be quick.
Let's scurry through the gate.
Why did you elbow me, Mother?
I have no idea what you're talking about, dear.
No, just now. You used your elbow and nudged my rib.
Oh, I'm
Painfully.
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's the metal god. I'm sorry.
Right. All right, make our way into Tribor.
All right, you make your way into Tribor. You can attempt to secure lodging at the one and only hostel in town?
I'd actually like to see the current medical situation with the town after its removal of the refugees.
Um, you see an armed presence, actually pretty close to the hostel, and along with body of armed people, there is a person in dark clothes with a dark wide-brimmed hat and looks like a mask that kind of resembles Euripides.
Am I familiar with people of this kind of clothing and getup?
Uh, roll history.
Does this pertain to magical items, alchemical objects, or technological devices?
Um, just roll it.
Okay. That'll be a 7. Taking the single digits.
Think it's some sort of ritual outfit. Keep away evil spirits, maybe?
Religious man. Does he seem to be tending to patients of sort? Is there like a relief center currently? Or does there
Oh,
not seem to be
kind
any
of just standing
current
around.
patient?
Seems like he's standing around and chatting with the armed contingent. Has a little leather bag next to him on the ground.
I'll approach.
Approach him.
Yes.
Okay. He turns toward you.
Good evenings, my sir. Quite
Evening.
the interesting mask you have there.
Why, thank you. That is quite an interesting selection of people you've got following you. Where are you coming from?
Outside, currently, just moving around, doing jobs here and there.
Outside what?
Well, outside of Triborg, clearly.
Oh. Coming from where?
From the north, mostly. Well, currently
SaltMarsh?
we're coming from the north. No, not from SaltMarsh. A little further to the west.
Oh, further to the west. Sanctuary?
That would be it. I think that's the one.
Well, I better have a look at you.
Oh, I'm fine, dear. Do not need to have a worry about me.
I gotta look at everyone who comes in from outside of town.
Oh, is that so? And for what
Yeah,
reason is that?
that's what the authorities want. They don't want any diseased people wandering in, and that's where the disease is coming from the north.
Well, you don't have to worry, because I was the one that discovered the disease of the people here. So you don't need to worry about me. And my companions I've inspected quite thoroughly. You don't need to worry about them either.
I have my orders.
We're gonna be
Come
kicked
on.
out of another city.
Let's not make this difficult for everyone.
Okay. She'll stick the lance down into the ground, place the shield right next to it, put her hands out. Check all you want. Ain't no ill will on me.
All right. So, yeah, he seems to be especially interested in your armpits. Although he does.
They are sweaty as hell under the armor.
Yeah. Does want to look down your throat.
You do know that I do have counties back there. If you're wanting to check those out, I have to check for marsh.
All right. So yeah, when he's done inspecting you, he says, "All right, you seem clean. Let me look at the others."
You could have been a little more gentler, dear.
Says, "The amount of money I'm paid is about as gentle as I get.
You get paid.
I'm not gonna do this for free."
I got ripped off. I'm gonna walk back with him, give the details to the rest of the group so they're not overly against the idea.
Yeah. So he wants to look at your neck, throat, and armpits, and also to if you open your mouth, got your tongue, epiglottis. If anyone has an issue with this, you should let me know.
No, I will. As he's checking me over, I'll be like, check the left adenoid. Look up a little bit.
Yeah. Just have to see if you've got any boobos on you.
Suppose.
Look under your eye. Make sure your humors are in balance.
I have been drifting a little to the fire shade lately.
Oh yeah, you see. All right. So after he's done giving you the once over, he seems entirely unconcerned the whole time that he's doing this, and then he says, "Well, yeah, you all look like you're clean. It's worth."
Well, that's a relief to hear.
Yeah, you're
There
telling.
been any unclean recently?
Not as far as I know. Not ever since sent the refugees packing. All right. Well, you have a pleasant stay.
Thank you. Perhaps we could just have our night's rest and be on our way.
Yes.
Well, that's between you and the proprietors of the hostel.
Shall we?
Yes, let's shall.
Yes.
I remember the last time we were here, we caused quite the ruckus.
Some of us did, yes.
Yeah, that
No
some
idea
has
what you're on about.
included me.
Yes,
So,
you were one.
yes, I was. Well, have a good night, gentlemen. And she's just gonna turn around and start making her way to find a nearby tree or something within the boundaries.
Okay.
Free inside the fort.
Inside the fort as much as best as she can. Otherwise, she'll have to head outside.
All right. Well, there are a few trees, bare as they might be, in the time of year.
She'll climb up, make do.
Have you been sleeping in trees this whole time?
Just looks down from the branch. Well, yes, I have. Why?
I just didn't notice that. Okay.
Well, I gained this strength somehow. I am reasonably strong under the armor.
Yeah, well,
So,
each to his own. I just hadn't noticed.
well, sometimes you have to live a little rough. So, you have to understand how to live in nature.
Sure. I'm gonna go inside the hostel and sleep in the nice bed.
You have
Good night
fun
to
with
you,
that.
Mother.
Good night.
All right. Anyone who wants to stay in the hostel
Yep.
and have room and board will cost you £1 each.
Okay.
I have no money.
I'll pay
Okay.
for him.
Enjoy the
Okay.
tree.
Yeah. Where it's comfortable.
Very well.
I'll pay my gold.
I'll pay my too.
Are you paying for me, Rune?
Yeah, happily.
Oh, would I know this is odd and awkward, especially because I said I don't like humans, but
Yeah.
I have a question for you, and it's best asked in private. So, can I room with you tonight?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course. You're quite welcome.
Okay. So we'll try and share a room.
Drazer will get a room if they let him in. Not sure if he was involved in that little debacle last night.
I don't think so. I mean, he's definitely been here before. So, at the very least, he's a known quantity. All right. So, you stay at the inn.
Yeah, and before we get to
There's so that she doesn't attract any unwelcome attention.
before we get to bed, I'll
Although it does actually start to rain
oh,
shortly after you arrive.
Well, they were sleeping under a roof.
yeah.
Oh, I'll bet Mother's rheumatism is probably acting up.
Can I do a channel divinity and do a nature's wrath and bring a vine out of the tree to just go over and make it basically a covering for her on the branch?
You can, but you still need to roll Constitution.
Mother does have cold weather gear as well.
Yeah, and that's why you're only rolling once, as opposed to once per hour.
The con save, that would be a 21.
All right. So, managed to wrap yourself up like a burrito And twirling branch does provide you with some cover, so you do get a little wet, but nothing that seems to cause you significant problems. So yeah, anything you want to do during the night while staying at the hostel?
I'm just gonna cast Goodberry again.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm going to go up to Ruin and say, so I have that stone from the large crocodile, and you are proficient in magic and understanding magic, yes?
Well, I believe the spell you're thinking of is called Identify. And no, I'm not proficient in that particular spell.
Huh. Okay.
I can tell you whether or not it's magical.
Oh, sure. I mean, I know it is, but I guess you could tell me. And I'll
Yeah,
put it on.
just
I'll take the philosopher's stone out and put it on like a side table or a chair or whatever's in the room.
that. Did you say the Philosopher's Stone?
No, that was to the DM.
No, I know, but if he's holding a magical item like that, could I roll history to know what it is?
Yes. That is exactly what you think it is.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll pull it out and put it on a table or chair or something, just nonchalantly. Yes, if you wish to tell me it is magic, although I believe it is.
that is a major magical item, dear boy. It
People keep telling me this.
that Well, I don't have the spell that you're thinking of, but you know, if we do get it identified for you, and you find that you don't have a particular use for it, I
I
believe I can
quickly
make.
snatch it back and put it away. No, I have a
Okay,
use for it.
okay. Well, okay, all right, all right. That's okay. We're party members. We're friends.
Still to be seen about the friends. Party members I can agree on at the moment.
I think I've played you pretty straight from the beginning, but as you wish. Yeah, I don't know if I would. If I were you, I wouldn't go around showing that to just anybody.
You are correct. This is why this is the first time you've seen it.
I would. I wish I did have the spell that you're thinking of. Unfortunately, I don't know it. But perhaps, well, you know, being so averse to magic as these towns happen to be, and arcanophobia that seems to be going around in this land. Otherwise, I'd suggest we find a scroll immediately. But
Oh, that is only these northern cities. If we went further south, they are more prevalent to the arts and practices.
if see, I would not suggest paying just anybody to use that particular spell on that particular item. But
Yes, that is why I
if
was
we
hoping you had it.
if we so perchance to come across such a scroll, I could make use of it for you.
I may ask Baron. Then I'm gonna go. I get to like an opposite end of the room and just stare at the stone before I.
Have you tried just simply using it?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me how,
Hmm.
but it appears that you do not have that ability. So I appreciate your time and thank you again for the room.
Do I know the lore behind the item, or just something I've heard of and I could guess what it looks like?
You know its reputed properties. You know that it is reputed to endow a mortal creature with immortality. that is reputed to be able to transmute base metals into precious metals. That it's reputed to be able to heal all sorts of illness.
Yes. But I don't know how I might. Haven't heard any lore in terms of activating or using it.
For that, you would have to roll Arcana.
Okay.
Yeah, there are various sorts of reactions that could trigger those effects. You would definitely need some salts to precipitate it, and not just like table salts, but
Alchemical salts.
yeah, alchemical salts. You would need some quicksilver in order to precipitate these reactions, and you would need some wine in order to activate its curative properties.
Okay, I get the gist.
So special kinds of glass vessels. You
Algalon, I believe that I could give you some more information on that particular item, assuming that my bookwork is correct. But what you're holding there appears to be the Stone of Permanence. Have you ever heard of this?
No, I know this as the alchemist stone.
Well, okay. I can describe to you what it does, and I can describe to you some of the nature of how to make it work. But it's not like other magical items. You see, it's not so simple as say the magic word and it does what it does. That being a very very high quality alchemical component has the ability to make various types of transmutations permanent. You see, um, for instance, were you to, I don't know, change your body? Normally, a spell that could do such a thing like that only lasts so long. That stone could imbue the ability for a transformation to last forever, if you will. It's called the Philosopher's Stone in some circles, and the Stone of Permanence in others. It is a major magical item.
And what if something... So it can take a state of one object and put it to a different state?
Well, I mean, like, for instance, I know various spells that can transform one thing into another. Those things would wear off. With that component, they would last forever, you see? You can use your imagination on all the ways that could be applied.
Yes, that is the idea of locating this. I need to bring someone back from the dead.
I see. It could definitely do that.
Oh, so you have heard it doing that.
Oh, yes, of course. It's the very nature of it is such that,
So then how do we do that?
well, you would need to find a skilled alchemist. And you would have to put a great deal of trust in him as well.
I'll just go back, look down in silence, look back down at the stone.
Well, I hope I've been helpful. In the future, if we find ways in which we might employ it, I'd very much like to be involved.
I will keep that in mind.
Perhaps it'll go some ways to changing your mind about all of us dirty humans. We're not all the same, you know.
You all have the same quality, just as all of us halflings have the same quality. That is why I can tolerate few of you.
Well, it's, I suppose that's all the information I can give you right now, but, that very possibly Algalon, my friend, is the, one of the most powerful magical items in the entire world.
It is one of the only ones I have ever seen. So, to me, it is very powerful. Yes. And then for the rest of the night, I'm just gonna examine, sit, ponder, and just kind of stare at the stone, thinking about
I
what
will-
Ruin told me.
I will try very hard not to also stare at the stone.
Roll wisdom, Ruin.
Save or just straight wisdom?
Straight wisdom. Okay. You do manage to drift off to sleep after kind of meditating a little. So you have, any of you, specific plans for the next day? Do you mean to move on the following day, or are you gonna stick around for a while?
Mother will return to the outside of the hostel in the middle of the morning, and we'll wait until they come out.
Probably move on. No.
Yes, Mother, how did your night go?
Oh, swimmingly, just stretches, and you can see like drips of water come down from her armor. Could someone possibly warm me up a little? It is quite chilly
Oh,
this
yes,
morning.
yes, of course. I'll prestidigitate a little bit of warmth into you.
Oh, that does bring life into my bones.
Where are we planning on leaving, or headed towards?
Shining, right?
That is the question. Are we
Oh,
leaving
yeah. I
Shining
guess we
to
could
their
do that.
fate, or do we
Well, we've
see
come
if we
this
can?
far. Surely we're going still to Shining.
Well,
It's easy for you to say.
I mean, if there were compunctions about it, perhaps 5 days ago before we set out on the journey, we should have discussed them.
Well,
oh,
I mean, we
snow.
can easily just keep going south to bypass Shining. Like this is like a crossroads. I mean, I wanted to go to Shining, but what else wants to go? I guess.
Yes, it does appear to be snowing.
Algalon, I don't believe that you told us it was going to be snowing.
Oh,
No, I didn't have a chance. But it will be snowing today.
you Algalon.
My God, your powers of divination, so strong.
Just gonna reach back, just pull out the cold winter gear and pull the warm fur cloak around her. Just, oh, I'm having so much warmer now. Good to see the snow around this time of year. Reminds me of the North. When I can remember of it.
So you believe Shining may have been attacked?
Or
Well,
about to be.
very well. The North remembers.
The North remembers, but I do not.
Yes.
That is up to you. I'm merely just along for the ride right now.
Ruin. You said you did not know that spell. Can you ask if Baron knows that spell that you're talking about?
What, Why do you need him to ask you? He's right here. He's behind you.
I don't know what spell he's talking
not
about.
only what I do know from the lore that we discussed is that if that is what I think it is, even if I did know the spell, I don't think it would give you what you want to know.
I wouldn't know until it has been done.
But yes, Baron.
Yes.
Do you happen to know the identify spell?
Yeah. Again, when we were, you guys keep forgetting this, but yeah, like whenever I borrowed some of the shells from you guys to be able to get the components for the spell, so we could do this whenever we needed it.
Yes, Algalon. Baron does indeed know the identify spell.
Oh yes, he's standing there. I heard him.
Yes. Well.
Thank you. Would you?
I'm wondering why there's so many middle people in this conversation right now.
Well, strange folk. You respect what they want. Maybe they weren't on speaking terms.
You know what, Rostin? I want your opinion on this since you're on this in this conversation as well.
No, I'm good.
I did not know the name of the spell.
Magic's kind of out of my league.
As I am not a practitioner of the arcane. Before we leave the room, do you think I could get Baron? Or yeah, if I could get Baron into the room. I guess we've left the room. Darn. Can we find a hidden away place out of sight?
Are you wanting some alone time, you two?
Yes.
Well, you know it.
That is my intention.
Sounds like it.
Just eyebrows rise for both, just immediate agreement on both sides. Like, okay, standing back, never mind me, just gonna walk away.
You know,
I
I
am
like
going
small.
I am going to find something to drink.
But yes, Baron, if I could please borrow you for a moment in private, away
Need
from
my special abilities? I got this.
according to Ruin, yes. Mm-hmm.
Told him not to tell anybody. Jeez. Ah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to know?
No, it's okay.
So yeah, are we able to find some place that's out of sight of the normal walking traffic and people in general?
Inside the hostel, inside the town, or outside the town?
I'd prefer if we could get back into one of our rooms, but I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. You can kick everyone out of your room.
All right.
To do whatever it is that you must.
So yeah, we'll kick everybody out and shut the door, and I'll pull out the Philosopher's Stone.
I turned the lights down low. Wait, what?
The music plays. Nice.
We doing this thing or what?
I druid craft some rose petals. No, I'll pull out the Philosopher's Stone.
Baron, that's what your deepest fantasy is.
Ruin said that you would be able to identify this, as he is unable to.
Pointedly, I said he won't be able to identify it, but he does have the spell.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. Are you okay with I have to hold it. Are you fine with that? Is it gonna cause? Am I gonna get cursed if I touch it?
I don't know.
Have you touched it?
I handed it to you.
I looked down on my hand. Oh, I normally ask this question before I take it, but okay. Yeah. Okay.
You don't see anything wrong with Algalon's hands.
They're kind of small, but I'm sure there's other reasons for that. I will start to cast Identify on it, setting up the ritual circle and all that stuff.
All right.
Doesn't matter what character Rob plays, he's just gonna drink himself into trouble. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
Proprietor will sell it to you, but he does kind of look at you funny and say, starting early this morning, huh?
Be right back.
Better early than never.
As well, you got that right.
Unless anyone actually buys the drinks, Mother's just gonna sit at the bar and wait for them to come down. I don't have
Might as
any
well.
cash.
He kind of like gives you a big bowl of your soup.
Ah, thank you, dear.
Chunks of bread and egg floating in it.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Boy, they sure are taking a while up there.
Why, do you rush?
It's
Some
been
kind
a
of
long
ritual.
time, Mother.
Based on the fact that you think that this only takes a couple of seconds, I'm not too surprised.
I mean, I'm a human.
Surely humans have some endurance.
I mean, there's that. Yeah, well, wizard sex. We're not even going to get into that, but
Excuse me, what? There's such a thing?
prestidigitation goes a long way.
Oh my.
Accent on the digitation.
Just brings up the bowl, just slurping from it, just looking over at him with mild interest. Just basically eyes of, keep going, I'm interested now. We've gone way too deep.
Are you saying Mother is literally and figuratively eating this up?
Oh, absolutely. So how long do they take? Is it at least a couple of minutes, or
I
are we
assume they're
looking
having private conversation about it.
at...
I'm waiting to see what I find out, or what I realize, or what I know, or what I don't know.
Rouston, do you have, by chance, like a little bit of me to get some drinks?
A bit of what?
Get some drinks. I think they're gonna be a little, well, tuckered out by the time they get down here. I think something to freshen them up would be suffice.
Sure, yeah.
Let's see if they remember Algalon doesn't drink.
Okay, so I guess I have my answer now. So I am able to reply to Algalon about the status of this. So, Algalon, I've used identify on this stone. Tell me what you know about it first.
It is very powerful. It shouldn't be in the wrong hands, and I need it.
Okay. So, when I identified it, I got absolutely nothing. So, from my knowledge, this either means it is a rock. Congratulations, you have a rock. Very happy for you. Or it is something extremely powerful that is actually too strong for identification magics. So, you can take that as you will. If you believe it is a powerful object, then you might need to find somebody that's better at magic than me.
Can I roll an insight check, see if he's telling me the truth?
Sure.
All right, buddy.
Doesn't strike you as a particularly trustworthy type.
Thank you for your candor. I will take that into advisement.
Yeah, I'm sorry
May
I
I
can't
have
give
it
you much
back?
more information. Yeah, I just toss it to him. Reflex test. Let's go.
Oh, got it. Yes.
Snatch it up out of the air.
And I'll scurry it away quickly back to my backpack. Yeah, he's not very trustworthy, so I'm not going to tell him that. Thank you so much for doing that. We can leave and meet back with the others. Then I'll walk out.
So as soon as Algalon comes downstairs, I'm gonna get uncomfortably close to him and be like, "So, he told you it was just a rock, right? Just a plain old rock."
I get comfortably further away from Ruin.
Just leans around the human. You were using rocks up there?
Yes. To both questions.
Yeah, see, he told you it was just a plain old rock. I wonder. It is a very pretty rock. I
Or
wonder if I
it's
could
an
buy
extremely
that.
powerful artifact that he cannot divine.
What are the odds that that's what it would be? Anyway, if you'd like to sell that very pretty plain old rock, I'll make you a fair offer of literally everything I own.
Are you an
I'm
intelligent
sorry, what's going
person?
on? Why are you trying to buy a rock that they were clearly using upstairs?
It's beautiful and it has a nice smell to it.
I assumed you
It
were an
does?
intelligent person, even though you were a human, Ruin. Am I correct in that assumption?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said. Say again?
I assumed you were an intelligent person. Was I correct in that assumption?
Well, yes.
Okay. When I asked you to pay for my room because I do not have any money, do you think that I would need money?
I didn't say money, I said everything I own.
At this point, Baron comes downstairs whistling like ominously to himself and looks around, sees everybody sitting and sits down kind of nearish to Algalon, but
Mother's
not
gonna
next to him.
lean back, just take in Baron, take in Algalon, and I'm just gonna take a look and see who was the big spoon in the situation.
No, it is. I do not wish to trade it. Thank you.
I can also cherry on top, but some clever uses of the prestidigitation spell.
As you're trying to figure out who was the big spoon, see guy he's not a mayor, since this is really just a fort town, but he's the head of the garrison. But I mean, for all practical purposes, he's the guy in charge, and he runs the tower and the arsenal. You've spoken to him before. So yeah, he walks into the tavern and he I guess he actually like heads over toward Drazer. Drazer's having his usual quadruple breakfast.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy like sits down across from him and appears to speak to him in hushed tones. So then, yeah, he doesn't really talk to him for very long. but then he kind of like gets up and begins to head toward the door, and Drazer walks toward the rest of you, and he says, well, Renegard is dead.
Really?
What?
You say how?
The commander says that while we were gone, they just brought him his breakfast one day, and he was just lying there in the middle of his cell, stone cold. He wants to know what we want to do with the body, since he doesn't seem to have had any next of kin.
He needs to be buried.
Buried? Is that what you want, or do you want to be burned? What was? Does anyone know?
Who is this?
Minigard?
Say he probably wants to stay away from any water, so.
He is
Yeah,
one of
for
our
sure.
previous companions.
Mother is reaching into her satchel and immediately trying to look through her books.
No. What race was he?
Minotaur.
I believe Minotaur. Yes, I believe he was a Minotaur. Where is it? There it is. Just brings out one of the books, tries to start flicking through the pages, just sees empty pages. No,
I'll do a religion check.
no, this isn't right. This is not right. This is not how it should be.
Oh. You think that Minotaurs practice burial?
Yes, I believe that if he's of the Minotaur race, they prefer to bury their dead, preferably in a secluded, out-of-the-way spot that's hard to find, given their predilection for labyrinthian and maze-like structures.
They are also
Yeah, you actually think
partial
that
to the
they place them in subterranean structures where they're protected by mazes from filers and possible tomb robbers
I shall
and evil
relay
spirits.
said information. Perhaps an out-of-the-way tree would do, given that I don't see any labyrinthian structures around.
I believe I read upon the fact that his folk were mountainous. Although I'm not entirely sure we have the ability to carry a minotaur towards the mountains.
If we
Yes,
get him
which is
out
right.
of Tribor, Drazer and I could use our animal forms, staggered for several hours at a time. I don't know. It would take days to get there, but or we could try to inquire about the cart.
But
We left a cart here.
no,
Wait, did we leave that in SaltMarsh?
No, it is in the abandoned warehouse district in Tribor.
Okay. Yeah, if we want to move his body, a cart would be a preferable way to
For the
do
rest of the campaign, we're just carting along a dead minotaur.
it. Yeah, you want to take him to the mountains? We're up like by up there before. We're like Phandalin. Isn't that where we were?
Yep.
That mining town?
Mm-hmm.
If that is what you wish, I would have, by Palor's rule, buried him in the plains under the sun. But if you think he would be more comfortable in the mountains, we can do that.
Our people
Was
actually
he-
practice excarnation.
Was he the religious type?
No, not that I knew of. I think he. I mean, would he mind? Did he need to be buried in the mountains?
Did
Not
you
sure.
say my people practice excarnation? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what you heard.
Okay, I thought I wanted to make sure I didn't have something crazy in my ear, but okay. All right, fair enough. Sorry, continue.
Hmm.
Did you want to suggest that we put his body parts in a canopic jar and then take them with us?
Were you intending on bringing him back in some sort of ritual?
Are you both talking to me? Because I had not any of that intent at all.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
looking
yeah,
at
I don't know. I don't know what
all
you're
the
talking about.
spellcasters.
No, I was gonna bury him in the plains.
Yeah, that seems respectful, no?
Whatever memory that he had, the books are now empty of it. And whatever memories that I remember of his are faded. I'm not
Normal?
entirely sure what's happened to Minigard, nor his history, which is a shame. I will intend to bring back this book when I return to the library and properly examine his memories in due time.
Okay.
No, Tracer, we're not going to eat him.
Oh, come on, not just even a little leg. He doesn't need it.
No! I swear to the gods, Tracer, I will bring you down.
I will assist you, mother.
I don't know. I've never had Minotaur before.
And you're not going to today.
His
mean, if
heart
we-
might make us stronger.
If we take
All
part of
these
the bottom
magic
of his,
people, what they're saying is probably going to make things worse.
See,
I
we
mean,
could compromise, and we could take him with us, but also we could cremate him and put the ashes in a jar and bring those with us.
Could work
I'd be happy to cremate him right here and now, if you'd
Yep.
like.
I think that's the proper thing to do.
No, that would
My
be an
vote goes for
appalling
it.
thing to do. To
What?
cremate him right here and now.
No, I mean not here and now. I'm just saying cremate him and put him in a jar. Are you against cremation?
Personally, yes.
Oh, okay.
Given the nature that we do not know if he was a religious man or follows divine ritual, we don't know if burning him would technically be against his sacrilege.
Isn't that in your book? Your book seems to know a lot, so
Well, that would work if there were words in the book. The more I lose my memory, the more disappears from the scriptures, and I can no longer read them.
Well,
mother has dementia.
from what I know,
What's
yes,
dementia?
his people would find cremation rather appalling. But the question is whether you respected him enough to follow his own burial rituals, or whether you'd like to.
Even dead, I respect him more than you.
Well, that's awfully rude.
People,
That's savage.
No, that's not rude. You asked if I respected him. I do.
people in this town actually do practice cremation, so they wouldn't have any problem with this whatsoever.
Okay, thank you. I mean, what would be the proper way to bury him as per Minotaur rituals?
You would have to find an underground crypt, labyrinthian in structure, and bury him in accordance with his particular tribe, whichever wing of said crypt, closest to which particular cardinal direction that his said tribe follows. Do you know if he was a Minotaur of the westerly mazes?
I have no
Or-
idea. No
No.
clue. He's never said anything to me about it.
Same. He did say he was caged or imprisoned, I believe, and he always spoke of this woman who we have never met or knew the name of. That's really all he spoke of his past.
I think we can do the labyrinthine underground part. Maybe.
I hope you don't intend on putting him in the
huh?
place of the Banshee.
Hold on. Ruin, what do you know anything about banshees?
Yes, in fact. What would you like to know about banshees?
What?
I feel like
I mean,
we've
what are
had
they
this
capable of?
conversation before, actually.
Yeah,
but
did we? Yeah. What's the best way to kill a banshee?
with a axe. I mean, there's no special way to kill it. You just fight it.
Well, usually you would believe that the undead would have a certain vulnerability to the divine.
I mean, if you're asking for weaknesses, yes, that would be true. But banshees aren't particularly tough in my readings.
Yes.
They have a couple of particular abilities, but for a party such as ours, it shouldn't be much of a challenge.
Readings and practice are two very different things. This one was rather...
Pretty rough. It was rough last time.
Yes.
Others gonna just lean in against Algalon. It could also be a good means to figure out how exactly he passed on. From what I remember, your last meeting wasn't so kind.
That is correct. I was as kind as I could be. But at that time, he was already dead.
Well, I'll leave this up to you, given the fact that you were with him longer. I'll come along if you need me, but I will give my respects.
If that is the only labyrinth type area that we can think of, I think it would be incredibly disrespectful, but I don't know his ways.
You encountered a banshee in a labyrinth?
No, it was an underground area.
It's
I mean,
just close
perhaps
for
perhaps we could just find the nearest crypt and sneak in.
what I'm saying. It's the closest thing to anything like an underground labyrinth / crypt that I know of, or that we know of around here. There's a banshee in it. There's
Am
probably
I
more
the
stuff
only
into
one
it.
around here that doesn't wish to desecrate the undead already buried?
That is also a factor. We would technically be desecrating a tomb to replace its denizens with one of our own.
I don't think
I mean,
exactly it is exactly a tomb.
well,
In all
given
honesty.
their practices, we don't necessarily have to bury him in a tomb, just in an underground structure that is maze-like. A dungeon would work.
This fits the bill. This fits the bill.
Yes.
Isn't this technically the direct opposite direction of where we're supposed to be going?
Yeah, it is. Well, I'm just saying if we want to do the proper burial, that's what it would take. That's the route we want to go, or we could just bury him.
Is this guide us? All right.
Sounds like he's pretty much everyone's against cremation, so it's either just bury him in a nice spot out in the plains, or
I mean, we can always come back to him.
I fear if we leave him here, the people of Tribor will dispose of them in a... uncivilized manner as an unclaimed body.
Drazer says, Commander told me that either take him or they will burn him, as is their way.
Okay, so yeah, those are the three real options, right? Either put him in that underground tomb crypt, or we bury him in the field, or they cremate him.
Oh, no, we will take him. He will not be cremated. I will take
Yeah,
him myself
okay.
if I have to.
I will help you in this
We'll take
endeavor.
him.
I am just saying that underground tomb crypt, if I remember correctly, had the bodies of dead old elves as if it were a crypt and was guarded by a banshee.
Yeah, they were
You
kind of
don't
late.
think the elves will
I think it
welcome
was
him?
something happened there. I don't think it's intended to be a burial site. I think like a battle or something happened there. What it looked like,
We will agree to
at least
disagree.
from what I remember. Okay.
You
Oh, the field.
guys can discuss what you want to do with the body once you come into possession of it. And also how long you want to stick around where you are now. But given the time, we should probably call it quits.
Yep.
Okay. Just getting there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So before Drazer comes back, where he's gonna throw down the option to just eat him, what are we gonna do?
My argument to Drazer is the guy
Done
dropped
that.
dead randomly overnight and you want to eat him? Like, you want that poison?
I don't think Dre's would go that.
Given Drazer, he would still say
might
yes
joke
to
about
that question.
I would
I
concur
joke
with
about
that
it, but
assessment.
I mean, we could cut off the cow parts, like, just saying.
I do believe that it is mostly just cow, from
Yeah,
my understanding. But again, this is still a sentient being who was with the group for a moment.
I mean, we killed and ate a god.
You can't kill and eat gods.
That was just a couple of days ago.
Gods don't bleed, boy.
You would see a grade A flank steak. Get a side of potatoes and a biscuit.
That can be arranged.
Please don't.
It is the solstice. Potatoes grow all year round, right?
Potatoes are native to this land.
We'll convince Drazer not to eat him, but
You
okay,
guys are talking
like,
about it. I'm getting kind of hungry.
if you want to bring him to the Banshee crypt, are you still looking at the map? Like, do you remember where that
Yeah, I'm
was?
looking at the map.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's right
it's
around.
kind of in between.
Right around
No,
here.
it's in between. Oh, is
Right
it?
Yeah, it's the
around
green. It's the
here.
green
I thought it was
dot.
between
Yeah.
Tribor. I
It's
thought it was
like
between Tribor and Fandolin.
it's like 4 days away.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way up. Okay, just above board though. I really like. I'm curious.
No, that was above
what
board.
that place is. And
No,
and
so
what's
me too.
further
Don't
in
worry. Me too. I
Right.
want to
there,
go
so,
back
like,
so
Out of
bad.
character, I want to go in there.
Yeah,
Not gonna
absolutely.
lie, I want every excuse to go back to that tomb, and to bury Minigard is the perfect excuse. Let's fucking go.
Right, but
Yeah, but like in character, like that's so far out of the fucking way of what we're doing. Like I
I
originally
know.
thought I was
So
thinking it was between Tribor and Fandolin.
we basically have to choose now. Either
Yes.
see, I'm
we
okay with putting him in an underground location. Just Algalon's pretty sure that was an old elven crypt, and the Banshee was there to guard the bodies, and we pissed it off. And then
Was there legitimately evidence it was a crypt? Because I don't remember I really don't remember it being like a crypt
there
kind
was
of thing, right?
a crypt-like structure for further in, that we saw that there was necromancy and I believe it was abjuration magic that was there.
Yep.
Um,
Oh,
there
there's
was
my
like a
notes on
deep
that room.
pulse.
All right,
Yeah,
hold
there was a
on. Let
deep
me read my notes.
pulsing necrotic and abjuration like magic coming from further in. Most of the details that we saw within
Yeah,
the area
the
were
first room
mostly
on the right, 5 dead bodies. Okay.
Mhm.
And then the room on the left, larger
Yeah.
room, more dead bodies. And then
Yes.
it's not a crypt,
Yeah.
but you know.
So what happened when you fought the banshee?
Okay.
I think we got to
barely
the
got out.
entrance of the tomb area when we met the banshee. So we didn't actually enter the tomb itself.
Oh, that had the
We'd
big
got to like the
goblins.
entrance. Yeah, we were
No, we
dealing
were
with the
camping.
bugbears.
We were resting in that room right to the right
Mhm.
Yeah,
of the entrance, and the banshee came in at us through the wall.
Through the
that's
wall.
right.
Yeah.
And
We
so
were resting after getting after the bugbears.
we were kind of weakened, and
We
we
found the
ended up
book.
retreating.
Found the book from the guy that got drained from the
Right.
mosquito
That's
bat.
the first Frond book I read.
There were skeletons and zombies in the left that we closed and
Yeah,
burned.
burned, and then skeletons to the right that we
Mhm.
cleared out and slept in. Further back had the larger goblin bugbear
The
things
bugbears, yeah.
that stunned
That
the shit
were
out of us for 87 years.
Yeah, I
Dragged
think
me away
Yes.
they had
twice.
some sort of like corruption to them. I'm not entirely
Oh
sure
yeah,
what
no,
that is,
they're
but it was like
corrupted. Yeah.
then we tried to go further in, saw that there was probably more of those guys down there because there were footprints. And then
Because one
we
got
went back
away.
and got bansheed. Yeah,
One got
one
away.
got away. We went back to the door on the right with the elven figures and the little nuggets of metal that we
Yeah, the
found.
very, very nice scale pieces.
And then we got bansheed.
Oops,
Yes.
all
But what
banshees.
actually happened when you fought the banshee? Did she scream and everybody got stunned or something?
I think a few of us
We
got
got fucked.
dropped. Algalon went mad, and I think we just booked it
What are you
at that
talking about?
point.
Algalon saved everybody.
Sure.
Algalon saved everybody. But
We're
yeah.
stronger now.
Run fires.
I mean, do we have both? Do we have both a druid and a cleric in our party?
No. We
I
would
Don't
no, we have a
I
druid and a
can-
paladin. And a druid.
Yeah,
Yeah, paladins.
I can handle
Same
undead.
thing.
If
Yeah, we
we
were
know
having trouble
what
damaging her. That was the
if
thing. We were trouble putting damage on her.
if we know what we're facing, don't are I'm pretty sure there's druid spells that could combat that specifically that you could prepare beforehand.
Fight undead.
Well,
They could
the
do
problem is the
stuff to
screaming,
take care of
right?
it.
No, the problem was we couldn't damage the thing.
Why?
Yes.
No magical items to attack her with?
No.
No. No. Do you have magical items?
I have magic.
Right, magical items is what we're talking about. We couldn't really damage them. And
Well, right,
I
no,
was.
that's what I'm asking. Is at the time did we not have magical weapons to fight it with?
We
None
still
of
don't
us
have
do,
magic
except from
weapons.
Draza.
Oh,
The best
The
I
only
got
one
now.
that has magic is Draza, yes.
The best I got now is Shalala, which definitely will help. But no, I
what about
was
straight up magic?
I was incapacitated for the majority of the fight. Not
You
unconscious. I was
getting
feared.
Algalon
I
out,
think.
yes.
No,
Well, that's
Algalon's
something,
problem
like,
is trying to turn that into a second tomb for Minigard. Because like Algalon believes that's a crypt, and that's incredibly not good. Like that's blasphemous
You
almost.
don't like that banshee. You
No,
don't like that banshee very much either.
no, I'm fine with the banshee. I know how to protect you all from it. I did that. I saved you all. But like that's like
Okay.
saying, "Hey, I found a body on the side of the road. Let me open up this ancient family crypt and throw it in there and shut the door." Like
I hear you. I hear what
It's-
you're saying.
I mean,
But
that
do you
sounds
know
pretty
of
cut
any
and dry.
Minotaur crypts in the area?
No, I didn't even know. I've never seen a Minotaur until I saw Minigard, but I know not to desecrate someone else's tomb.
Well, then why is putting it in a tomb even on an option then? If that's, I mean, let's just bury him somewhere nice.
That's what I was saying.
Well, because you brought up he had to be buried underground, and that's the only place I know it's like that.
I mean,
was
that's
always,
his
always wanted to go
fashion,
back
but
there
if
and
that's
finish
not
it.
doable, there's no point in trying to go way out of our way to make some
Yeah,
magical
screw that
scenario
guy.
happen.
He's just dead.
I mean,
Well, we will
traveled with
leave
him
him
for
to
quite a
the
while.
people and they will burn him.
No, yeah, we
Yeah,
traveled with him
relatives
for quite a
to
while.
burn.
It'd be nice to, like, thematically, it'd be nice to give him a proper burial and, like, just like out of character wise, I really wanted to always go back to that place and see what the hell's going on there because we never finished it. But yeah, it
do
doesn't make a
that.
lot of sense in the character wise. It's like fun factor. I'd like to go back there.
Oh, out of character and out of game, absolutely. I want to go to back to that place. I want to tear it up and flip everything over. But yeah, no, in character, screw that place.
Right. I'm gonna head off.
Yep, have a good one.
All right.
Thanks for the
Hopefully
session.
see you next week.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Yeah, thanks for the session.
Thank you for the session, as always.
Probably won't see you until there's a new year. So
Ah.
yeah, Merry
Oh.
Christmas, New Year, and all of that.
Happy holidays,
Christmas,
Happy New
holidays.
Year.